Hello everyone, I hope you're well and I hope you're having a lovely week. I'm going to be doing a reading for the month of August, but I am going to be covering the water signs today. So I've got a lot going on and with the summer holidays, so I'm not going to be doing individual horoscope readings this month. So I am just going to be covering the water signs, which would be Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces. So that's the reading I'm going to be doing for you today. I'm using the same cards as I had before, which is the beautiful Energy Oracle deck, and then I'll confirm a couple if I need any clarification with the tarot. So let's see, and again it will be like a Celtic cross just to see what's going on. But thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Take what resonates. You'll know if it resonates with you. Some of it will resonate with someone perfectly. Some things won't resonate at all. So we'll just see what we have. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so the overall energy we have for you water signs is the Magician in the Mirror. So this, I always see it's like water and fire. It's all the elements together. I always think of this card as like the manifestation card. So if you're manifesting something or you're putting out for some changes to take place, that's the card that's coming through. It is a little, to me, it's about, I don't know if you can see that in more detail there. It's about sort of, it's all about the elements around you, and he's also got a light shining above his head, so taking in the wisdom, everything that you need to be able to move forward is in and around you. You've got all of the elements there, so that's the overall energy. It's just sort of saying you're manifesting, you're using all of your gifts and everything, then your abilities that you've got. So where you are at the moment, water signs, I have the financial constraints card, so maybe it's been a little bit tight this month. Maybe you've had lots of sort of expenditures, things, holidays. It's the summer holidays now and lots of events coming up. So it's taking in a lot of your finance. So it's just to say to focus on your finances at the moment. Just maybe plan. It could be it's temporary, or it may be that you're changing things. So if you're changing things in the workplace or your environment, or moving or career change or anything like that, while you're going through that transition period between the two, it could be that it's just restricting you a little bit at the moment, but it is something that's probably just temporary, but it's just where you are at the moment. Try not to focus on it too much, because where your attention goes and what you focus on, it tends to grow and expand. And then where we have next, which follows through to your potential challenge, is the contract. So maybe some of you are actually in the middle of signing contracts on a new house. Maybe you're moving, and this is why everything's finances, maybe you put a massive deposit down on a house, or you've got all your savings are being used up for something really, really important. So contracts, like I said, it could be legal contracts, it could be work contracts that you're going through. Alongside with this is a woman. She's not able to see clearly, and she's trying to restore balance. So and there's books there as well. So it's almost like, for some of you, there is information there on something that you can't quite see yet and you're not aware of. So it could be that you're working towards trying to find balance in an area of your life, but you haven't got the full information to hand. So if there is something that you're committing to at the moment that's really big and life-changing, and you are signing contracts, just make sure you reread everything really carefully, just to make sure that everything is as you think it would be. I'm not saying that there's any issues, it's just be aware of checking contracts, but it could be that for some of you there is something that's not quite in front of you, or not quite visible, or you're not aware of yet, or you haven't come across. So information could be coming into you, and it is all about you trying to restore balance in some area. The number 6 as well, it is a victory. Number 6 is the victory card, so it is in your favor. It's just making sure that you plan everything and you take the time out that you need to. So the next card we have, which is your focus, which is the woman holding a heart here, which is an absolutely beautiful card, a woman holding a heart. So it could be that you are focusing at the moment on giving love or receiving love, For some of you, it could be that there is a female in your life that's showing you love, showing you support. I'm trying to guide you. There is a butterfly at the top of her head as well, which also shows transformation. So if somebody around you, friends, family, work, maybe just pay attention. It may not necessarily be a woman. It could be a feminine energy that's coming through, a nurturing energy, that somebody is here to help and support you, or roles could be reversed, could be showing love and support to somebody else. But it is a massive heart. There's lots of love here, transformation. You've got the number 44 here, which is like commitment. So it could be for some of you that there is a new love coming into your life, which will be a wonderful new relationship, new love. But again, it could be like a family or friendship, community support, work. Somebody is coming in to show you, like a nurturing, caring energy, and that's really lovely. So if you're not aware of that in your life at the moment, then look out for it, because it will be there. Your recent past is the Angel of Strength. So this would suggest that maybe you needed to have the courage to do something, or find the strength to sort of stand up for yourself. She is an angel. She has a massive gold rim around her head as well. So she's listening to an inner self. She's listening to her guidance. She's being divinely guided. And then you've got the lion there. So it's about having courage. So this was in the recent past. So maybe there was something that you had to stand up for yourself in a certain area, or some challenge or obstacle that you had to overcome, and you had to really sort of just like say, stand up for yourself, or do something that maybe you wouldn't normally do in a day-to-day life, something that was sort of bigger for you, stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's what you've done recently. But it is brilliant, because it is taking you here. And this is your unique strength. So it's like all of the things that you've been planting, everything that you've been working towards, everything that you've been doing over a period of time consistently, it is all actually going to sort of come out. Everything turns to gold. And again, you've got the butterfly there, which is the transformation. You've got the number 11 there as well, which is like new beginnings, new opportunities. So what you've been working really, really hard towards is actually going to show up for you. You're going to see the benefits of all your hard work, which is brilliant. And then in the near future, you are going to restore balance as well. We've got the yin and the yang card. So that is about seeing the balance. So with both of these yin and yang, it is a little bit about a give and a take. So it's about allowing other people to almost take action towards you, but also allowing you to take action in certain areas as well. There is a two-way street here. There is a balance. So if you've had something going on in your life, and like you say, with any contracts that you might be signing, or any, moving home, changing careers, or anything like that, you are restoring the balance. It could be the balance of you're being paid accordingly to the efforts and the work that you're putting in, or the hard work that you've been putting through over the years is going to result in you being able to have the home that you want, or the stability that you want. But it also could be about lifestyle balance as well, and about you changing something that's going to allow you to have that flexibility and that lifestyle, or you're just going to feel really, really in alignment. We do have here the approach, a man holding a heart. So for some of you, this is a new love, romantic. It doesn't have to be a man. For all you male water signs, it could be another woman, but it's just coming through. It could be like a masculine energy. Somebody here is coming through very romantically towards you, which is always wonderful. So if you are looking for love, this is a really good sign, and this is the approach at the moment. So it's almost like you've done everything you needed to do on the career and stability side, and now you've got this new love coming through as well, which is lovely. You are being guided. We've got here, this card number 32. It's the daughter spirit. So it literally is everything that is happening in your life at the moment is happening for you and not to you. You've got the number 32, which is, expansion, teamwork, relationships, step forward, and then the two added together are changes. And so if you have had battles and blocks, you're overcoming them. Sometimes in order to get ahead, you have to go through challenges, but it's about you learning lessons and about discovering things about yourself that you didn't know before. So when somebody goes through something really difficult or challenging, even though we want to avoid those sorts of things, you always come out better later, because you think, well, I've been through that, I've dealt with that, I've experienced that, I've learnt that lesson, and as hard as it may be at the time, you come out the other end of it, and you needed to do that, and that's probably what you've been guided to do. And it's almost sometimes those difficult things result into really, really wonderful feelings at the end. The last two cards that we have here, which is like your hopes and fears and your overall, which is sort of what you're going to end up coming through, is the all tied up card. So maybe with your hopes and fears that you're concerned that you are restricted in some way, but maybe something looks appealing, but actually underneath it all it's not as appealing as it would be, and maybe you've tied into something, which is why I say just check anything legal and binding that you're doing, because even though it could be absolutely wonderful, you don't want to have that feeling of being tied into something that you may have rushed into. But this woman, I mean, she's standing here and it all looks lovely around her. She's got the moonlight, she's got the guidance here. So it's like I said, everything that's happening in your life at the moment is happening for your best interest, but maybe you need to release some sort of fear, and maybe you feel stuck when you're not actually stuck. So are you actually limiting yourself? And again, we have this next card here, which is the attachment card. So is there something that you're attached to that you're not letting go of? I always say that in order to let the new in, you have to let go of the old, and you can't experience anything new without trying something new. So if you're continuing with your with habits, it's like anything. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So it's maybe you need to be aware of what you're doing, as in a habit, in a thought. Maybe you always have an expectation of something, and actually, you know, that expectation isn't real. Maybe, you know, something is actually very, very positive, and a response to something would be very, very good for you, but you have this fear that it's not going to be, so you hold on to that fear. So almost try and step away from it. If I were you, meditate as well. When you meditate, you can sort of free yourself and free your mind and listen to your heart more than listening to your head, because sometimes the head will take over with the fear, and you don't want to be doing that either. I'm just going to do one last card from the Wisdom Oracle deck, just to get a little bit more from, because it is, you're manifesting, everything's changing, but I think when you manifest and things move quickly, I think for some of you water signs, it could be that you've waited for something to happen for a long, long time, and then suddenly it happens and it's real, and it can be a bit scary, and it's just about saying that this is all for you. It's restoring balance, and you've got all the tools and the strength to do it. So we've got here, yeah, so it could be, I've got two cards here just come through. I've got the Orphaned card here, and then I've got Treasure Island. So it could be for some of you that maybe you feel like you've been left out in the cold, or left out in the cold is literally what I'm getting. Changes, battles and blocks, number 5 again. So it's almost if something has moved away from you, or some sort of energy has moved away from you, or something's been taken away from you, and you're feeling in that sort of lack energy, you're getting this. It's needed to be moved out of the way for you so you can get this. So those difficulties that you're going through are all worthwhile, because you're going to get your Treasure Island. You're going to get this you're going to get this box of stars and love and happiness and the blue seas. It's like the paradise. So if you are feeling a little bit left out in the cold, or you're a little bit concerned and you feel all tied up and in fear because something's moved away from you, it's for a good reason, and it's for a positive reason, because you are actually heading to this, and that's exactly what you want. So that, in overall, it's a really, really good reading for you water signs. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, take what resonates. If it didn't resonate for you, that's absolutely fine. It's not for your reading, and I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I wish you a very enjoyable rest of the day.